Yes. So that was some good dialogue there, hearing one perspective from another. So one of the questions there in that clip was, what is black culture? And Mr. Fuller said that when he was at the college, people answered with music. Black culture is music. And then he went on to say that, or I believe it might have been another clip, because there were some other clips when we were talking. He was hinting at the question of, you say black culture is music. And then I believe Fuller responded with a question asking, okay, so black culture is music. And the question is, does anyone or anybody on this planet Earth listen to or play music, what we call music? Something that more than one group of people do or participate in? So really think about the answer and what you're associating it with. I believe where Mr. Fuller was hinting at. And of course, he goes later on to say, culture is what you do at the time you're doing it. It's that individual's custom, that way of life. Culture is more individual, personally based than group based. Every individual's culture or way of doing things is their own. And then questions, I will have or make arise is, what is it a part of your culture that you're proud of? Or why does having this particular culture make you proud? And where does the culture come from? What makes sense about it? And I mean, with this, where is the need for it? A man once said to me, he said, we were in the restroom and he seen me wash my hands, and he's seen how I grabbed a piece of towel paper and used it to turn on the faucet. And after I washed my hands, I used a clean piece of towel paper to turn off the faucet. And he made a statement to me, and he said, a man that follows his own heart. And I believe what was meant by that statement is, you're not a follower, you're a leader. Or you lead yourself anyway. You have your own way of doing things, you have your own culture. You have your own mind. You're not doing what everybody else does. That's what sets you aside. So culture is more individual based than anything else. But the bottom line is, whatever you do, whatever way that you choose to do things or how to do things. That's the main thing. And why are you doing the things that you do from day to day, each day? So when you hear the word culture, really think about what it means and how it applies. One thing I wanted to get back to from last week, I was speaking about people that seem to be what I call flaky. People that used to speak to you, used to say hello and farewell and all that good stuff, and then they don't speak anymore. When you first start a job and you're on a job and they may have meetings where they call icebreakers, everybody stand up and introduce themselves. And then I start to think about this and I'm thinking, does this really have any sincerity to it? Do you really care what I'm about to say? Do you really have any interest? I ought to flip the script and say, I'm going to stand up and all of you that want to know anything about me, ask your questions. Well, out of time already. Still had so much more to go, but I will get back to you next time.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
But yeah, well, it was all. Okay, folks, J.Talks to the people. After the show, I actually wanted to pick up on a few more things that I was going to mention in the radio broadcast. So I would think that the idea of these icebreakers and introductions is for people to, I guess, get familiar with one another. But how much substance does it really have? If I say who I am and this and that, where I'm from, what I like to do, what hobbies are, I believe, people do things for different reasons. People may talk to you or say things to you because you're just standing there. They're not necessarily looking to make friendship or an acquaintance. But my whole thing is, if there's not that much interest outside of work to know about me, let alone on the floor or on the job doing your duty, let's just drop all the icebreakers. And then you have when you're new on the job, you'll have maybe some coworkers coming up to you, introducing themselves. And that's it. After that, it's like you introduced yourself to me yesterday, Now today, oh, you just walk right on past me. Don't even look in my direction. And one of my guests that I've had on J.Talks to the People radio, Miss Rain, she gave me an idea and said to me that, well, maybe it's just an idea or just a protocol of the management there. Is that when you have new employees, the procedure is to introduce yourself. So this is just a work stipulation or policy. Interaction and verbally socializing with people should not be based from, or doesn't work by basing it from, a company policy. In other words, if you wouldn't introduce yourself to me in any other event or even on your own, don't practice that kind of insincerity or phoniness. So when she gave me that thought, I said, I didn't even think of that before, but that's possibly so. But I mean, this thing could be looked at all different kind of angles. Most definitely. There were also some news events that I didn't get a chance to cover. And that was with I believe it was 35 people, funerals from that Italy earthquake, and also some updates on the Zika infection or virus, things of that nature. And a director of that Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases stated that the virus is just spreading, but not really spreading to all of the states in the U.S. and different things like that. But I'm actually going to leave it there. And again, just to put the informative information out there, questions, comments, your opportunity to speak up. If you have opinions or if you have things that somebody could use, words of advice, recommendations, suggestions, pointers, whatever, tips, that's the point of this forum. If you suggest or want somebody, or if you have an idea that this particular method of doing something, whether it's in education or in economics or in business or even in personal, social subjects, you can be that voice to help the person out that's probably out there looking for answers, and has a forum here where they can get that information. As you noticed on the previous episodes, that's what I intend and try to deliver, and also in the future. So you can add that content or material to the program by sending it to jtalkstothepeople@yahoo.com. And you can also request for the latest or upcoming broadcast information, date and time when the next live broadcast, or you can also share your information, whatever helpful tips, any subject, anything in general. That number will be 773-897-6235. And of course, if you're looking for a debate or request that a debate be set up between yourself, even myself or other individuals, that can be done. And you can invite others to get involved, participate, entertain, regale any way that you feel, enhance the program, enhance it. Sure, you can make it your own. And hopefully I'll continue to bring other guests, other innovations. And as I said on the broadcast, until next time, see you when I see you there.